Ain't that a bitch? I can't get that shit straight once. We gotta go over some shit. Well, at least I do. We'll figure it out as we go along. I'm gonna wait till some shit pops up. I'm gonna pull an Eli and check my microphone. Can you hear the playback? Is this shit working? I want to hear some comments before I roll this. I'm going to do a critique on Brian's video. DoorDash Gig Economy Police. Anybody wants to hear about it, you know where it'll be. We're going to do this. No music this time. The last one I did got like fucking popped off, man. That shit was nasty. Well, I don't know. It wasn't nasty. I knew that shit was going to get popped off. Robert Reese tried to call me out for like... He farted right in my face. He's like, you were so drunk, you deleted your own video. I'm like, yeah. Vivo. Brother Reese. Vivo. I played AC/DC like it was my job. We're going to get into this. We are. All right. Here's the bitch of it, though, man. I literally went through fucking 40 minutes of a video. And my memory card filled up. I was like, wait a minute. Hold, wait for it. I went through 40 minutes of a video and my memory card filled up. I'm really bad at that. I just want everybody in the room to tell me something. Are you sick and fucking tired? Or are you just tired? I mean, we're not all sick. A lot of people got the shot. I am going to have to actually get another beer. I think I'm a quarter full. Oh, check this out, by the way. I'm doing Natty Ice 5.9. I switched it up a little bit because everybody ragged on me for the fucking Milwaukee's best of all things. I mean, I thought that was an American beer. I'll be right back. Don't change the channel. I'm going to critique Brian's video. I'm not bullshit. I'm actually going to do that. Stay tuned. Refrigerator's right behind me. Listen to this entrance. All right, we got fair use up on the stage here. This is, again, DoorDash Gig Economy Police. This is Brian, DoorDash Sucks. And I like to do these from time to time. I do. It's kind of fun. Well, honestly, you guys know I've been here for about 10 minutes. I have all the experience in the world, do I not? I know everything there is to know. It's going to kind of get weird here and there. We'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. All right, I got my sound system set up. So we're going to hear Brian very clairvoyantly. And we're going to go with it. This is about Eli, by the way, and Pedro and Hannibal. So I think it's relevant. I could be wrong. I could be talking about cars or brake jobs. I thought this would be more relevant. So let's... But wait. There's more. I gotta skip a little bit. This is the FBI warning where he does the police thing. He got everything good except for the intro. I'll do the police though. I thought that was really cool. I think it's right here. Okay. Damn, bro. Damn, bro.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to another video. This is DoorDash Gig Economy Police. channel, and it's a Friday, and I'm multitasking here as far as, you know, working and then making this video. So, you know, I'm not fully all the way through this video, but I'm 2 hours into it, and all I've just heard in this video is a bunch of ball sucking that's been going on by Eli, Coach Eli, right? His channel. It's really disgusting because, you know, there's no other way to say it. He just goes every which way the wind blows, and he even says it in this video. If you listen to the whole thing, it's hard to stomach it because I can't stand Hannibal and Pedro, especially Pedro, for lying to the community, what he's been doing for the longest time, ripping people off. But by his own admission, people are asking me, well, how could he have made $860,000 when I did that video, you know, showing what he made, right? He himself admits in this video that he lost about $28,000 within 3 months of not being on YouTube. He knows what his checks are coming in. He's getting, like, you know, anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 checks per month from.
All right, let me check this. $28,000. You know how many channels on YouTube they have 1 million subscribers and they don't do that? All right. No, I get that. Brian, solid point, man. Now, this is going to get weird. I pre-warned you. It's going to get very strange because I've already watched the first 5 minutes of this, but the last part of it I haven't watched. And I'm just hoping that Brian doesn't kick me in the balls because I happen to like the guy. I know a lot of you are like, is he just now figuring it out? I'm like, no, not really. He's not just now figuring it out. He has his beliefs too. You guys got your beliefs. Hey, Tammy, what's up? I want to say that a shout out to Tammy and Flex. Oh my God, when I start with something like that, let's see where it goes. You know what those are for? Those are for the DoorDash Revolution. Oh, everybody was like, what? All right, it is what it is. Let's roll.
From views on his channel, right? And he says it. It's because they're having a conversation. Eli's having a conversation, and Eli's trying to say how he lost, you know, whatever he lost on his channel. Here's the bottom line. And before I get into it, so if you're a new driver, a new delivery driver, a new rideshare driver, or even if you're just someone who's been in the gig economy for a while, and you want to learn about the lies, fraud, manipulation, corruption of the gig app companies, this is definitely the channel for you to be at, folks. Because I try to help the drivers as best I can, try to help them get better than fair wages going into the future. I'm an advocate, I'm also an activist, and I have a channel too. So, you know, a lot of people were upset, including myself, when we found out about a glitch, you know, and the Glitchgate stuff is not over yet because the DoorDash has not patched it and not fixed it.
Contrary to popular belief, we got 50% of the community saying the glitch has been fixed. The other half didn't say it was fixed. Some are still using it, so I don't know. What I know is this. Pedro, he was a soft, what do they call it, a soft credit check on Eli? Y'all know what that word means, right? A soft credit check. In other words, it doesn't affect your credit score. Well, they did a soft credit check on Eli, but I still thought it was epic. What I didn't like was the fact that Eli brought up the shit show shirt. I didn't like that. I thought that was like flamboyant, you know? Why be flamboyant if you're trying to have a real conversation? Flamboyant is something that I do. Eli shouldn't have done that. I thought he wasn't flamboyant. He's done so many fucked up things in the past. I thought Tammy covered it, but apparently more people need to cover it. Tammy alone and her community are covering it well, but Coach, you know who I'm talking about, don't you? Not Eli. Oh, Ram? Oh my God. Dude, look. The point is this. Not everybody knows us, right? But at the same time, everybody's starting to know. And when they know, they know. Eli completely fucked the game up. He did. He completely fucked it up. And when he fucked it up, some 6-7 years ago, as Tammy would say it, I wasn't there. But, I mean, does she play games? I don't know. No, I do know. She doesn't. I mean, have you watched Tammy's channel? You guys got to quit making these long fucking names for your channels. It really doesn't help me because I got ADD. And if it's a short-term word like flex, I get it. So I say Tammy. That's all I'm saying here. We got to roll back to Brian here for a second so I can cover this. I'll be honest with you. My biggest problem in this community has always been this. I'm supposed to remember everybody's fucking name? Why do you think I'm called Torp?
Okay, so these people are still continuing to lie, manipulate with the gig economy. Pedro's just one of the players in this whole game of the gamification system that he's going along with, because his pockets are all aligned. So I just want to roll a little bit of this video so you guys can hear it from his own mouth about how he lost money on this, because they're talking about how they should go and sue people for defamation and all of this stuff and how they lost money, right? Well, when you make money fraudulently and falsely, right, and you lie to your subscribers and your listeners, and you're going and using systems that are able to game the system while you can make all kinds of money and everything, and then the people are suffering, they could have lawsuits against you.
Yeah, well, I gotta pause it right there. Let me tell you something. He's not wrong. I know how Tammy feels about Hannibal and Pedro, and they are smart dudes. They really are. The way they played Eli on their live was nothing short of epic. Because Eli is complete fraud. And I appreciated that. That's why I liked it so much. I appreciated the fact that they called out Eli. What I didn't like is the fact that nothing about Glitchgate came up. Now, I know that's a sensitive subject to a lot of people. I get it. Understood. I was a part of Glitchgate on the other side that brought it up. And a lot of people didn't like, oh, what are you talking about? Shut up. It's like, that's because a lot of people were using it. Flex used it. Cherry Pick used it. Pedro used it. God knows how many people used it. And I'll be honest with you, as much as the fucking gig apps fuck us, it was nice to fuck them back, wasn't it? Wasn't it nice? It was. It was refreshing to fuck them back. I didn't do it. Only because I was in fear. I have fear. I'm a human being. I was in fear. I'm like, I don't want to turn on the fucking app and see deactivated. If you think I'm fucked up and slow and stupid like Eli, you're wrong. That is easy fucking money. Why would I want to fuck it up? That's my question to you guys. Why would I want to fuck that up? Pedro didn't give a fuck if we fucked it up. He was using it, his friends were using it, or vice versa. Doesn't change the fact that he completely annihilated Eli on that live. That was the first time since I first started watching Pedro that I was really on Pedro's side. I was like, dude, just destroy this fuck up. Just destroy him. And Pedro did. And I said this on a live, 2 lives, a couple of videos, a few comments. I said it. Pedro killed it. A bit soft. He could have went after Eli harder. It's not an opinion. He just could have done it. If I had been Pedro, I would have just fucking, oh my God, what I would have done. But I don't have the fear of losing monetization, which I think is where me and Pedro are different. At the same time, don't get me wrong, not knocking Pedro. Pedro did a lot of fucked up shit. He did. He really fucked some shit up. Doesn't mean his live with Eli was a jacked up situation. He destroyed Eli. We've all tried to do that, but I think Pedro did the best job. So you got to give credit what credit's due. And I hope the future brings new things. Like, maybe I see Pedro in a different light, and I'm starting to. I just wish the whole Glitchgate thing didn't happen. And a lot of you'd be like, oh, you did not just bring that up. I'm like, well, yeah, I fucking did. It was real. And a lot of us got lied to over a lot of time. He's talking about losing all this money. Can you imagine the fucking money we lost? That's where Brian got it right, but as Brian would say it, let's continue.
For doing that. And it's you know, the FBI and all of these agencies, all these three-letter agencies, they're all looking into it. The FTC about, like, who's been doing what and who's been naughty and nice. They've been doing it for well over a year. It just so happens that we got smack dab into the gig economy, the Glitchgate stuff, which is tied into all of that stuff. The drivers are the ones who are suffering out here because they believe the lies of these channels. And there's so many to mention. I mean, there's Jacob Warren.
Oh, God.
You know, your driver.
Have y'all seen Jacob Warren? I know exactly what Brian's talking about. Seriously, put Pedro and everybody aside. Jacob Warren. Just look at the channel.
Mike, I mean, the list goes on, right? You could name them on 10 fingers easily. The really top big dogs that have been lying to everyone. And so their purpose out here is to continue the fraud and the lies for the companies. Even if they indiscriminately just think, well, I'm going to just gain money for myself, and I'm not really working for DoorDash, well, they're still hurting the drivers by lying to everyone and telling them the wrong things.
All right. I know that you guys, some of you don't like Brian. I get that. No big deal. We're not going to have an argument. A lot of us don't like some people that are in the same cliques. Not a big deal. That's going to happen. But what I do know is what he just said was true. When you catch somebody in a lie, it does not make you feel better, does it? Coach Ram, how many times have you caught Eli in a lie? Tammy, how many times have you caught Eli in a lie? My niece, how many times have you caught Eli in a lie? Oh, everybody's wondering who my niece is? Fine, I'll tell you. Nothing but silico. When you catch somebody in a lie, doesn't that make you like, just your heart takes a second beat? It's like, I'm really pissed off right now. Well, that happened to me. That happened to a lot of people. If we're going to call out Eli, we need to call out Glitchgate to a certain point. Let it go. But don't forget that it happened, people. Please. Don't forget that it happened. Okay? That is no joke. It's no more of a joke than Eli is. Okay? Eli is the biggest joke on YouTube, bar none. But Glitchgate was also a joke. But it wasn't a funny one. I lived through that shit. I did. I know some other people did. And everybody's saying, well, that's fine. You're just butthurt because you don't know how to use the app. I'm like, no, I'm butthurt because I listened to you when you told me how the app worked. And yet you knew something I didn't, but you were telling me something to do that didn't work. That's where all this shit came from. I'm over it. But let's not forget what happened. Just saying. I'm not putting this on anybody. I'm too fucking old to give a fuck. But what I'm not too old for is to understand what did fucking happen. I'm just not, dude. That shit can't go away. You can forget about it and move on, but the past is the past, even when you don't want to live it over and over again. And I think that was starting. It was. Like, let's not forget. We got to pound Pedro. We got to pound Sin City Deliveries. We got to pound all these people. It's like they've already been found out. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, what about Flex? I'm like, well, yeah, Flex was involved. Sure he was. So was always Cherry Pick. Sure he was. They were involved. They were. But let me ask you a question. If you were involved with something that you don't agree with now, and you've moved on, would you want everybody to just fucking harp on you for the rest of your life about what you did wrong? Let that sink in for a second. Like, who the fuck here is perfect? These guys did something to make themselves money. That's controversial as fuck, is it not? Let that sink in. If you got the chance to make, as Pedro would say, $580,000, would you not do it? Would you not do it? Quit playing games in your circle jerks. Would you not do it? That's the point. Would you not do it? And you say, no, I have morals. Fuck the morals. $580,000 buys a really nice house in any neighborhood. He could leave YouTube at any second. He's got the money banked, house bought. I don't know, man. That's tough for me. And what I mean by tough is this bullshit. Anybody here got a $580,000 ticket that they found on the fucking driveway that they could cash in and buy a home and support their family? They could give a fuck what you guys think. I think that's where Brian is coming from. Just saying. It makes some sense. Does it not? A lot of people say, well, $200 in a super chat's one thing, but a $580,000 house is another. My kids are living good. My parents are living good. We got no bills to pay. Pedro, you did a hell of a lie, brother. You really fucking did. You made Eli look like exactly what it was. And I appreciate that, man. A lot of us do. You really kicked that out of the park. And you kept your demeanor. I mean, you just made him look stupid. And that's what we all wanted. And that's what you did. You and Hannibal killed it. You really fucking killed it. And you even blacked out that fucking shit show black shirt. I thought that was epic. At the same time, are we diverting from the fact that we already knew that Eli was a douchebag? We already knew that. Does anybody need to understand that Eli is a douchebag, a liar, a manipulator, and that he will do anything? He likely has issues with a significant other that do not need to be broadcasted because they're probably somewhere out there in Illegalville. Yeah, probably. You can't do anything about it though, can you? You can talk about it on YouTube, you can make it stink, but what are you going to do at the end of the day? What are you going to do at the end of the day? That's where I get twisted. The only way it's going to matter is if Eli gets shut up. And we all know he got free speech, man. He's just going to keep on pumping out that shit. Y'all know that, don't you? He's just going to keep on pumping that shit out. You ain't going to stop it. So what's the end game, everybody? What is the end game with Eli? Are we going to raise the roof on how bad he is? Or are we going to stop him? See what I do with my hand? Are you going to stop him? Well, how are you going to do it? Every single fucking word. I said this to Flex last night. The more we bring him up, the worse it gets. Because he's going to keep talking. Well, it is YouTube. I guess it's a battle, man. Am I on fire? Am I going to have to go at Eli? Am I going to have to just rip this shit up? If I do? If I really go all the way with this, without documents, all that shit, I'm going to have to fuck him up with my opinion. Let that sink in. My opinion is based off you guys. I found out about Eli through Tammy and Coach. That's where I found him. And oh my God, the people that were in that room. I was like, what the fuck? I thought they were all trolls. I really did. I thought every single one of them was a troll. Lord and behold. Hey, this is where I shine. I was wrong as fuck. They're not trolls. They literally lit the room up. Tammy has literally disseminated Eli. And I'm like, I couldn't do that. I tried. I did, but Eli busted my balls, man. He told me how wrong I was. He told me what a douchebag I was. He told me I was a hater. I believed him. I went away. I walked slowly into the night. I hid. If you smell bullshit, you're right.
And why are they not trying to band together as a group to try to help the drivers and say, we're going to go out, we're going to be activists, we're going to go to legislation and change the laws? Have you ever asked that of yourself? How they don't get involved in anything like that? Because why would they want to ruin a good thing for themselves when they got a good scam going? So anyways, I want to just say, because I know, Eli, you'll be listening to this. You are not the person I really thought you were, Eli. You really are not. I'm extremely disappointed in you. And you said it yourself in this video that you will...
He fucked up Brian. Dude, Eli, you fucked up Brian. Do you know how hard that is to do? Yeah, I think he does.
You were looking to find a new community. You're jumping around, and that's exactly what the people. And by the way, I know you'll make a video saying, "Oh, someone got to him." No one got to me at all. I could care less about the bullshit that happened with you, with all of these trolls and everything. You caused that on yourself, Eli, because you said things and whatever. And by the way, yeah, we should forgive people for what they say and what they do, especially if they're sincere or hot, okay? Yes, absolutely. But the thing is, I'm focused on the gig economy. I'm not focused on all this bullshit. And all I've seen from you, Eli, and the other people, we've been sitting back watching you just talk about your trolls and your whole situation and everything.
Just a heads up, I'm 2 minutes past the point that I watched before. This is all new to me. Let's roll.
Else. I haven't heard you once in this video talk about the gig workers, because if you were really for the workers, you'd be talking to Pedro. All you've been doing is kissing his ass, sucking his balls, and the same thing with Hannibal, and telling them that they're respectable and all of this stuff and everything. You know, oh, I really appreciate what you say and all this. These guys, once you're found out to be a fraud and a liar, and hold on one second, folks. Anyway, some crazy guy just drove by me on a bicycle talking some crap. So you always encounter people on the road when you're multitasking and working, you know. Anyways, getting back to the whole thing. So all you have done, Eli, is talk about the trolls. I have not have you talk about any solutions about the gig economy and anything. That's why, like in Jeff Thomas Black's video, if you didn't go over and watch his video, you probably should, because I called you out in there, right? And
he called him out. I missed that one. Glad to hear it, though.
It's warranted, because you have now been excommunicated out of the gig economy community, the people who are really here to help the drivers. Because if you really, hold on, folks, I gotta check this for a second. Hold on. So as I was saying, if you were really trying to help the driving community, then you would be doing it on your own, and you would.
No, Eli doesn't do anything on his own. It's all verbatim. Everything Eli does, we all know this. It's all about the money. That really makes me sick. He should have been the vice president instead of Kamala Harris.
Would be making videos about how to help the driving community and talk about solutions and how we should do this. You shouldn't need any of us to be a crutch for you and hold your hand doing it. So the fact that you're not doing that, Eli, is clear to see that you just want to just join any community that will accept you, just like the other people had said about you. Now, in essence, you're not a really bad guy.
Ooh, damn, Brian, I hope you clear that up, because Eli is not only the bad guy, but he's the worst.
You know, you're just doing your own thing, trying to make money. But I'm trying to help the drivers and trying to recover money that they lost. And you're over on Pedro's channel, sucking up to him and telling him how he's respectable and he's a good coach and all this. Are you shitting me, Eli? The guy is an evil guy, and you're trying to associate yourself with him. I just don't understand it.
I do. Eli needs views. Eli needs content. Eli needs money. Eli will do anything he can to do that. I hate to say this to you guys. Here it comes. You ready for it? Stand back. You ever heard that old term that there's no such thing as bad publicity? It's true. Bad publicity will fucking wake up the masses, man. That's what we've all been watching for the last 20 years. Some of us 10. It's true, though. Is it not true? Tell me I'm wrong. If you get bad publicity, people watch that shit. Eli knows this. The more fucked up he gets, the more lies he spews, the more shit he makes up, the more fucking people he fucks with. What happens? His views go up. You guys, you and me are the blame. The only way to stop Eli is to stop watching it. And as long as we stop, that's the only way it's going to stop. As long as we continue, Eli is going to be the Messiah. He's going to be the fucking heart of everything. That's what pisses me off. Anybody that's got a good message gets lost in everybody's message. But if you are the drama, you will get heard. Shout out time. Real Talk with Roy. He says he doesn't like the drama. That's the only thing his fucking channel does. And he calls Eli out. I would like to hear just for once, just one time, somebody prove their point. I don't like the drama. I'm going to stop. I'm going to make content about what I said, about driving, about cars, about the economy. Who the fuck has actually done that? Name one that's just talked about that. I'm not one. I am a drama whore. You all know this. I've never hid that. I'm a drama whore. That's why I'm here. I have no other purpose. I am the drama fucking whore. Some people used to call me the community whore. I have no other purpose. I'm not going to drive, how to make money, what app is best, which glitch works, which glitch doesn't. I'm not going to tell you that Glitch Thomas Black is the best, that Robert Reese is a douchebag, which I don't totally disagree with. I'm not going to tell you that Eli is a complete fuck up, which I totally agree with. What I'm going to tell you is this. I am a drama whore. I am. I am the drama whore. The reason I tell you this is really simple. It's real. You are on YouTube, guys. All of you. Every single one of you are on YouTube. There is nothing here but drama. If I had the answers, I wouldn't be in this community. Let's, as Brian would say, continue.
I'll be right back, folks. I gotta pick up this delivery. Alright, I just picked up my my order that I needed to pick up, and so I want to get back into talking about what I was just saying about Eli. So anyways, Eli, if you truly were for the drivers, you'd be doing everything. All I've seen ever since Glitchgate broke, and after some of us kind of stepped back, I've just seen a lot of craziness and just talking about trolls and all this. That's all you talk about. You have no content. What content do you have? You call yourself a coach. Who are you coaching? Little kids? I mean, what are you doing? Like, I don't see it. I mean, I don't see any clients on your channel. I don't see anything going on. All you're wrapped up is in drama and controversy, and the rest of this community is trying to get things rolling with what we've been doing. Now we've had to expose a whole lot of people, and at first I thought you were on our side, but now you're dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight, as they say. Like, really? You didn't even once in this interview up to now, and I'm going to play part of this interview, but you haven't, because I'm going to listen to the rest of it. I've gone almost 2 hours into it, and you haven't once said anything like, geez, what are our solutions we have to help drivers and everything? And you didn't even put that on. You didn't ask Pedro any tough questions.
No, he didn't.
He could suck his balls.
No.
Okay, and to me.
All right. I love where it ended right there. Did y'all notice that? Eli didn't ask Pedro one question. Did y'all notice that? Pedro asked him all the questions, and so did Hannibal. Those questions were good. On the record, this is live, never goes away. Google lives forever. Pedro and Hannibal killed it. They did. Great job. I thought it was soft. What I mean by soft is, I think Pedro and Hannibal should have just fucking drilled him. And in a sort of a way they did, but imagine me there. So that's all I'm saying. So, like, boom, right? Just boom. It's like Pedro and Hannibal, they did a good job. Again, it was soft, but I think they did their job. I do. On the record, not that I have to say that because it's live. It goes nowhere but besides forever. I don't know what Pedro and Hannibal were doing besides saving their monetization, but I still agreed with it. I did. No, hey, I did. I told it. If I didn't, you guys would hear me say it. I could tear Pedro up right now. I'm not, because I don't feel that. I mean, Pedro did a great job. The shit show t-shirt was my end-all be-all. Don't bring that shirt up on Pedro and Hannibal's live. That was just a bad move, man. To be honest with you, I wasn't too happy with the fact that they blurred it out. I wasn't, because now it doesn't live in history. And that's what we all have, is history, do we not? Tammy has history. Coach, you have history. The history is what makes this place move, does it not? We all go back in history to bring shit up. So now that you blurred out the shirt, yeah, you had to be there to see the shirt shit show, which I did not agree with. And I told Flex about that. I did. I said it in his live, I think it was last night. I don't know, I'm an alcoholic, so I don't know. But I think it was last night. I was like, I thought that Eli did that because if he got played, he could say, well, it was a shit show. That's what he would say. It was a shit show. And I had the shirt to prove it. Listen. Eli noticed something. I've been on Pedro's live. I didn't even try something like that, man. He muted me. I got blamed for fucking leaving when he just fucking put me in the cage. Yeah, I was Kuta Kente. But I figured that was going to happen. I told a few people about that. I was like, yeah, that's what he's going to do. He's going to mute me. He knows who I am. Pedro's not stupid. Tammy said it. He's not stupid. He's a smart man. He knew he was going to mute me. But that was a different day. The only reason it was a different day, was just as I said last night on Flex's Live. And Flex knows what I'm talking about. People gotta know me from A to Z. The ones that take me from A to like D, they lost in translation. I'm not here to be a translator. Follow it, hate it, deal with it, like it. Do you? I'll wake up tomorrow morning knowing this. I did me. All right, Brian. Continue.
You're full of estrogen, Eli. You don't have any testosterone. Where the hell is your manhood? Where is your balls to put Pedro to the test? You know the shit that he put this community through, and you're over there sucking on his balls? Really? I mean, I'm definitely, you want to talk about calling someone out, I'm going to call you out for doing that. So anyways, we excommunicated you out of this community.
I love that new term, excommunicated. Brian, balls on. Dude, balls on. That is fucking epic. I just heard that term. I think I heard it from Tammy. Honestly, I think that was Tammy that said that first. I don't know if you did or she did. Somebody said it first. But that's the second time I've heard it. Balls, dude, excommunicated. That is Eli in full effect.
You're no longer welcome here. So you're going to have to find another community to join. And it has nothing to do with any of your people, because no one got to me, no one told me to make what I'm making. I sat back watching all the shit going on and unfold, and whatever, you just go, if I talk about a subject, go, oh yeah, Jesus, I love Jesus, let's talk about Jesus, right? Aren't you Jewish, Eli? You're not, I mean, you don't
Jewish?
believe in Jesus, you just went along with it. See, I do. And I have a mission here, right? Your mission is to make money and do what you want, right? But it isn't really about helping people. It's if you happen to make, if the money comes first with you, because if you happen to make the money and you're in some kind of an organization, a group.
All right. I didn't know that. That's something I'm not aware of. So Eli's Jewish and is in it for the money. Oh, fuck, that makes sense. Wow. Pound sign. That makes sense. No shit. Now it makes sense. Eli is Jewish and is in it for the money. I really don't have anything to add.
Then so be it. But if it didn't have anything to do with money, because if it was about money with me, I would have monetized my channels. I would have been asking for donations. I would have asked for $49.99 chats and everything else, like all of you other guys do, or whatever. I mean, during this live that you had with him, Pedro got sent a super chat for $49.99. Now this is leading into what I was talking about the fact that Pedro made $860,000 in 3 to 3.5 years on his channel. Listen to what he says here. I'm going to play this right now.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Okay, so I'm going to play this. It might take a couple minutes for him to say it, but let's roll this.
Listen, I gotta say this. I don't believe in. Okay, listen, Eli. I gotta be honest with you, bro. You didn't lose anywhere close to $500,000.
Agreed.
I have to adamantly disagree. As a YouTube content creator that does.
Now, why would Pedro say that? Why would?
Because it's true. Just because Pedro was like at the head of the heap on the Glitchgate does not mean he's wrong on everything. I want you all to take a step back. One step back. Just because Pedro was a major part of Glitchgate does not mean he's wrong on everything. See, this is where the mentality kind of picks up a little bit, and you start to see things for yourself without being told what to think. Like, when was the last time you fucked up? Did you want anybody to call you out on it? No. But Pedro made a solid point right there, did he not? And I called that out too. Pedro kicked it out of the park on that one, did he not? Did he not?
Would Pedro say that he says Eli didn't lose any $500,000? Well, because he doesn't have the content on his channel to do that. In other words, he's only getting like 200 or 300 views. Pedro has gotten thousands of views. He has millions of views, as a matter of fact. Okay, I don't even know how much Eli has, but he only has probably a few 100,000 views on his channel. Okay, when you have millions of views, that's when you start making the money, and that's how Pedro made his money. But the way he made his money is through super chatting, and again, I don't necessarily give a shit whether someone makes money, with YouTube, as long as they're not lying to the community. If you were trying to help the drivers and all of this stuff, it'd be one thing. But that's not what's happening. So anyways, let's roll this, because I want to hear what Pedro has to say. Here we go.
Instant on YouTube, you haven't lost anywhere near that based on your views. I think you've lost some money because other people have. Okay, so other people are restreaming you or rebroadcasting you. If they're getting super chats, you probably wouldn't be getting those super chats because you're giving them to people that don't like you. So those people that don't like you aren't going to support you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is where I think Pedro kicked it out of the park. I said that myself. Tammy got banked. Tammy got banked off of Eli's bullshit. Funniest fucking thing I ever saw, bar none, period. And I think Pedro saw it too. He's not talking about it except for a generic version, but I still respect it because he know what he saw. That was epic. Tammy just fucking killed it, man. She fucking nailed it, killed it. If I had vodka here, I'd do a shot. Tammy fucking killed it. Pedro saw it. That's the one thing that I'm not really pleasant with, is that Pedro knows about it and didn't say anything about it. I did. I'm not looking for your support on that. I'm just pointing out the fact that I saw it. Tammy fucking got banked off of what Pedro is saying, which is true. People are getting paid off of Eli's miserable fucking existence, and it was so fucking fun to watch. Tammy knows what I'm talking about, and if you guys don't, I guess you gotta watch the last 2 weeks of videos, man, I guess. And you know what? Please do. I did. I spent that time. If you're gonna be in this community, know your surroundings. Pedro's not wrong.
Okay, that's one. Two, YouTube is very difficult. I've learned that. I've made mistakes on YouTube. I got too much.
Mistakes. Pedro stole content from other creators. He would even do. Pedro is such a snake that, like, if a smaller content creator did a subject on something that no one else was talking about, he would actually do a video. He stole my content many times, like talking about certain things. I'd hear it the next day.
This is where it gets weird. I'm sorry, guys, but no, that's an oops. I don't like the word sorry. Nobody means sorry, but it's an oops. The Pedro and a few others have done that. Yeah, a few others have done that. They've taken our content and they made snake eyes, all that bullshit, whatever it is. It's not so much that they did that bothered me. What bothered me is that they got paid for it. Okay? I know what Brian's saying here. It's not so much that they did it, it's that they got paid for doing it. Now, if somebody gets paid for doing something against you, does that not make their point irrelevant?
Day or that night, or within 2 days, something that was totally, that no one else was talking about, and I hear him talking about it. And because he's a bigger channel, he knows he has a bigger reach. I don't really care because I'm not monetized and I don't do it for the money, but obviously these guys care, right? So listen to what Pedro says about how much money he lost while he was unmonetized.
I gotta hear this.
Look, Eli, let me be transparent with you. Based on my calculations and my very consistency, I lost about $28,000 on you.
Did you hear that? I lost, and he's serious when he says that. I lost about $28,000. Now that was it within 3 months. So now that's just average. But take 28,000, right, and go back 3.5 years. How many months is that? That's 3.5 years is 42 months, right? Isn't it? It's 42 months. So then times 28,000 times 42, and how much do you come up with, folks? As a matter of fact, I'm going to do it right now, and I'll be right back.
All right, let me ask you guys a question. You know this talk you guys have heard about with the gig world? DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, Instacart, all that talk. There's a shit ton of it. Am I wrong? Just ask yourself, am I wrong? There's a lot of videos, there's a lot of talk, there's a lot of stuff going on with that. Have you noticed how it's changed day to day, month to month, year to year, all the updates? Who in the fuck has the right goddamn answer about how the fuck it works? Does anybody? Are you going to tell your friends? Are you going to tell your audience? Are you going to tell your clique? This guy knows what's going on. This guy right here knows what's going on. I could be talking about Pedro, Brian, myself, Reese, Eli, people that do the work, people that don't do the work. What the fuck are you watching? What the fuck are you listening to when it comes to the money that you make? What the fuck time is it in your head when you realize none of this shit is making you money? Not one goddamn piece of it means anything when you're paying bills. Nothing. Absolute. That's my world. Your world might be different. And it's a pause for station realism. What part of anybody that you like makes a difference in your world when you're making money? You are here for drama. You are here for the real talk. Are you not? You are here for the fun. Are you not? You see, I think that's where I apply. I don't play games with your money. I don't play games with charts. I don't play games with anybody's families. I never have, I never will. What I do is very simple. I point out the shit that doesn't make sense to me. When shit doesn't make sense to you guys, don't you just like fucking roll your eyes and say, well, this is stupid as fuck. None of this makes sense. It's all drama. I think that's what attracts people to people like me that just say the real. I'm not in it to hear you tell me why I or how I am going to make more money or how my life is going to become better because I listen to you. And then we got Eli, the coach of the world, telling us how life is better. I'm sorry. Oops. It's not going to be better if I listen to Eli. It's not going to be better if I listen to anybody. My creditors don't give a fuck what Eli's think. My creditors don't give a fuck what anybody on YouTube thinks. They don't give a fuck. The bill's late. I'm done. I'm done. Eli ain't going to save me. Nobody is. The problem with Eli is he's got this mentality that he believes that if he talks enough, his shit, his word, his fucking mentality is going to somehow straighten out your life in that uneducated goddamn life coach way that I keep hearing about. I just had a motherfucker on my porch when I came home. I'll keep it short, I promise you. My wife was on the front fucking porch, man, and she is such a gentle soul. I promise you that. She's a gentle soul. She can't tell anybody off. That's why she's never been on YouTube. She don't get what I do, but she supports it. She doesn't like it. She's like, I don't know how you do that. I'm like, but she gets me. That's all you guys need to know. She gets me. We have zero fucking issues, man. Zero. But she does like it when I do what I do. I came home today, dude, I was driving down the fucking street. I saw this guy, this big fucking fuck. I call it a fucking fuck. I don't even know what that means, but I swear to God, this is true. This big guy on my front porch, right? Check this out, and we'll get back to this. A big blue shirt. That's Insight Communications or the fucking cable company up the. They're right down the road. They're trying to sell us some free cable. I'm like, you do realize that free cable is a bullshit statement. Anything free is a bullshit statement. Anything free. There's no such thing as fucking free, man. We are the middle class, man. We get fucked first. Anybody that works for a living gets fucked first. Get off my porch. I don't want to hear about your free shit. If I wanted to find it, I got Google. What the fuck are you going to tell me that I don't already know? Man, I think I scared that motherfucker, man. His titties were wiggling like Eli's was. They were wiggling. He was like, man, let me just tell you, you don't even know. I'm like, you don't know. Get off my porch. My lady, man. I'll put it like Eli does, because he got that part right. My lady was like, I was trying to tell him, but I didn't have the balls to do it. I'm like, I love you, baby. No big deal. I got this. And I did. Get the fuck out of here. Quit telling me what works for me. Stop it. And I told him that, like, stop. Nothing's free. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing in this world is free. You are sent here door to door to make some fucking money. If it was free, you wouldn't be making no money. I felt kind of bad for a second with that guy. We're going to get back to Brian in a second, but I felt bad for that guy for a second. I really did. I felt bad for him because I pulled a Torp on his ass. I was like, do not play me, bro. Don't. I'm not in the mood. I just got done with a 9-hour shift on DoorDash and Uber Eats, and I made my money. Don't take that shit from me playing me for some son of a bitch that's going to believe your bullshit story so you can take my money out of my pocket to give me something for free. Fuck free. Fuck free. United States ain't free no more. You gotta pay that shit. The government takes taxes out of free. I blew my gasket, man. I blew my gasket. Let's get back to Brian. That shit's bullshit, man. And I still believe that guy's shaking in his knees, man. Thank God it was on my property, dude, because I believe he might have called the cops. I was not in a good mood, dude. Don't fuck with me like that. Do not fuck with me like that. No, don't do it.
Okay, so I didn't show it here, but I went on the calculator, put 28,000 times 42. What do you think that came up with, folks? 1,176,000. Now that's conservatively. That's not exact numbers. Okay, Pedro's figuring that because you know why he's figuring that and why he said that? Because he knows what type of checks Google was sending him in the mail. All right, per month or every two. Actually, I think Google pays every 3 months or 2 months, or it might even be more. But
it's 1 month. 1 month.
In other words, if you get paid every 3 months or
1 month,
you divide it by the amount of money it is by the months. Right?
1 month.
So he knows that he lost 28,000. Otherwise, why would he say it, right? And that was his own doing because he wasn't monetized, because he got demonetized. All right. So let's continue here.
$8,000 on YouTube in 4 months. 1 month I earned. I don't think I'm gonna get it, and I was demonetized for 3 months. I didn't earn it.
So people doubt that
I got to chirp in on that statement. Has anybody noticed a trend here? Look at all the monetized channels that have been bitching about getting demonetized. I gotta admit, this is what I like about lives. Look at all the channels that are getting demonetized or muted. That shit wasn't happening 4 months ago, was it? 3 months ago? 2 months ago? Now all of a sudden it's a fucking theme? Demonetized, muted, demonetized, demonetized, demonetized. Pedro was the first. He was the biggest one known to be demonetized. All right. Well, I know everybody's got their favorite theme. I get that because I got my favorite themes. I ain't gonna hold nothing against you. No reason to do that. But am I wrong? How many channels have been fucking demonetized? You look across the board, man. Look at all the fucking channels that you're watching. Look at all these goddamn gig tubers, man. What are they doing? They're talking about fucking, I got invalid clicks. Across the board. Over the summer. You seen them. Don't tell me I'm wrong. I mean, you know what? The drama overcame the clicks, did it not? Am I wrong? I'm just asking. I could be, but if you fuck with me on that, I'm going to point you out because they have been. They got demonetized. Pedro was the first one to get demonetized that was known to be demonetized. Am I happy about it? Give two fucks, man. It's not about me hating them or loving them. That's not the point. Don't confuse what I'm saying with what happened. I could say anything in the world I wanted about Pedro. Makes no fucking sense to anybody. Nobody's going to change their mind about what Pedro did. Nobody. Hannibal included. No change. Unchanged. But what does matter is they got demonetized. They had to battle that fucking problem. Why? They fucked up. They said we fucked up. Well, they fucked up too. When we all gonna get on the same page and say, everybody fucks up? Why do you gotta call somebody out for fucking up when you're fucking up, Pedro? I understand. I know it all too well. That Pedro knocked it out of the park for 99.9% of the audience when he pulled Eli up on there. I get that. I was there and I felt it. I was with you guys. I understood it and I felt it. Pedro ruled the show. It wasn't just Hannibal. Hannibal did well, but Pedro with his eyes, and then later on after they rebroadcasted live, Pedro was like, block out shit show. Boom! I've done the same. I ain't knocking Pedro at all, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'll tell you what I think. Pedro knocked it out of the park. All I said was it was too soft. Look back at my comments. Look back at what I said to Tammy, anybody else. It was just a little bit soft. In my opinion, because I think if I had been Pedro on that, I would have just told Eli, dude, you fucked up so bad you lost your whole audience. That's what I wanted to hear Pedro say. You lost your entire fucking audience, Eli. All of them. Everybody. A to Z. Boom. Gone. Done. How in the fuck are you explaining that away? Eli, how do you explain that away? If I lose my whole audience, nobody gives a fuck, Eli. You lose your whole audience, you do give a fuck. You give a big fuck. You've been fighting back from day one. As I hear it, 6 to 7 years. Tammy's got your balls, man. It's not Dawn, it's fucking Tammy. Dawn is an innocent bystander, man. She can't fight for herself. She's told you 100 times, she don't like what you're doing. She don't like you. But yet you act as if you are educating her on life. Dude, her life is fucked up and you're not helping it. How are you being a coach? Gotta roll with. I'm getting worked up.
Pedro that didn't make $860,000. I told you guys before, and by the way, we're not jealous. No one's jealous of that. We just don't like fraudsters that make money and lie to the community and don't share glitches with us that the rest of the community can make the same money and make, you know what I mean? So when that happens, that's called fraud. Okay, and he's been committing fraud, and so has in a whole bunch of other channels. Like Trevor's Deliveries doesn't probably even use a glitch. He just shows you screenshots of all of these deliveries, these high-end deliveries that he's done over the course of like a month's time, then puts together an edited video to make everyone think that he made $700 a day, which is insane. No one can make that. That's a complete lie. So
agreed.
He's really a fraudster, that guy. He's a con artist and a scam artist. All right, let's roll a little bit more here.
Any money. On my calculations, that's about $28,000. I get decent views. I get decent super chats. I have some channel members. For you to say you think you lost 500,000, it's such a huge number. I haven't made that on YouTube.
In 6 years. In 6 years.
I understand it, but every $3,000 on YouTube per year is a lot of money. I'm not.
Now, I listen. I don't care what these guys are making. Who gives a shit? But I haven't gone to Eli's to look at his.
Yeah, clear that up real quick. We do give a shit. That's what we're talking about. Brian, I love what you're doing, man, but we do give a shit or we wouldn't be talking about it. That's why I had to clear the air a little bit. If we didn't give a shit, we wouldn't be talking about it. But, I mean, to say we don't give a shit's kind of a stretch, is it not? Oh, we give a shit, bro. We definitely give a shit. Everybody here gives a shit. There's not one person in this community that doesn't give a shit. That's why they're here. I know what you're saying, though, man. I feel you. I do. I get it. I've said shit like that, too. And I get it. Nobody think I'm sucking Brian's dick. Please don't do that. He's angry, man. How many of us aren't? How many of us aren't angry with what's happened? And you don't know which way to turn. It's like you gotta choose this side, you gotta choose that side. When the fuck are we ever gonna get on the same page? Well, I'd like to know. Yet I probably never will, so I gotta keep on being Torp and just fucking much for keeping me alive.
About page, but I guarantee you, he's probably not even at 500,000 on views, not at all. Even my channel, like, I mean, some videos I had to pull down or took down or whatever it was. When you take videos down too, and by the way, I'm not monetized, so I don't care. I do care about people viewing the content so they can get the information. I don't care about it because of money, because I'm not making any money. Thank God I didn't sell out to the cartels and the friggin' the whole scam of everything, because that's what a lot of these content creators have done. And but you know, YouTube is very censored, and they don't like the information coming out about certain things, especially when DoorDash can pay Google and YouTube to actually suppress people's channels and even get them deactivated. I mean, you know, taken off or whatever. It's a pretty cruel place because you're not free anymore. You can't say what you want to say, and
I'll say what I want to say, Brian. Know that. I will say the fuck I want to say. I will say it loud and proud. I got a lot of shit for, as people will call it, jumping the fence. Brother Broman, Brian, and so everybody knows this, I have no issues with Brian. I know you want to think I do. I know that Brian has subjects that I don't see. I don't. The religious thing, I don't see it. Doesn't mean I don't like him. I mean, if I was sitting down drinking a beer with the motherfucker and he was talking about Jesus Christ, I'd be like, dude, buzzkill. That's not the big deal in the room. That's not the conversation in the room that matters. What matters is that Pedro fucked a lot of people, man. He fucked a lot of people. Big time. Like, I'm going to let that go. Now, I said that, Glitchgate was over in Flex's live. I did, and I meant that. It is over. Doesn't mean I forgot about Glitchgate, man. It has nothing to do with it. I got fucked. A lot of people got fucked. Pedro, dude, your lives are second to none. You have this mentality to where you can play people and learn people. I respect you for that. I do. Not everybody has that ability. Pedro and Hannibal are very smart. As people would put it, man, they are. They're really smart. But that doesn't change the fact of the fucking past. Do you want to live the past over and over again? No, you don't. You do not want to do that in your life. Every time you replay the past, what happens? You fuck yourself. You get raped mentally. So I'm like, yeah, Pedro did a great live with Hannibal. Fucking A-right he did. He tore Eli's ass apart. Tammy tore Eli's ass apart. Damn right. They fucked it up because it should have been fucked up. But don't mistake what I'm saying. Pedro fucked up a lot of people with Glitch. He did. I could say, I said it's over, and it is. I'm not going to mull over it, though. He's not getting a pass because he did a great job fucking up Eli. He's getting a pass because he's moving on. But don't move on, Pedro, because you found a way to move on that superseded what you did. That's where I get fucked up. People like it, people don't like it. What am I gonna say? I'm not gonna get paid as much. People are gonna come my way. Nobody was coming my way when I got here. Not one fucking person gave a fuck about me when I got here. Why the fuck would I care if somebody came my way now? What the fuck am I worried about? What the fuck is the game that I have? If you guys don't know me, it's very simple. I'll explain it to you. I call out shit. I also call out real. I also call out 110. We got a lot of 110s and we got a lot of bullshit. Pedro finally pulled off something that I didn't think he could do. He called out Eli in the most epic way. He busted that motherfucker down. A lot of people wanted to do that. Pedro didn't. Shout out to fucking Pedro for doing it. Does not change anything about the lies, the manipulation, and the fraud that Glitchgate was. I know. That's not going to hit well with a lot of people. I get it. Understood. It's not my problem. I'm not here to fill your problems. That's not why I'm here. I can give a fuck about your... You don't give a fuck about mine, do you? Be honest. You don't give a fuck about my life, do you? You don't give a fuck about my job. You don't give a fuck about my rent. You don't give a fuck about my lady. You don't give a fuck about nothing. Be honest. Just shoot it straight. You don't give a fuck. But what you do give a fuck about is the drama on YouTube. That's where Real Talk with Roy fucked it up. Fuck drama. I say no. Hell yes for drama. Drama is what makes the point. You can't have a real point without drama. You just can't. We found out what real drama was, did we not? Over the last 6 months, the shit's been so goddamn real. Every one of us motherfuckers have been on the same page. And we found new people, did we not? Am I wrong? We found new people. We disagree with them, now we agree with them. And the people that we disagree with, me and Flex, now we agree. Where was your head at before that started? You were so sure about yourself on the judgments that you made. Now where are you at? Now where are you at? Torp is a fence rider. Flex is fucked up. Pedro is fucked up. Brian is fucked up. Well, actually, Eli and Reese are fucked up. I'm just going to put it out there. That's just me talking now. Reese and Eli are fucked up. That's a hot fucking mess. Let's roll.
They suppress your content. The one, people who speak the truth, they suppress that content and they shadow ban you. They just shadow ban any words that are associated with your channel, so no one can find you. It's very hard, tough thing, Anyways, I'll be right back. Okay, I had to drop off the delivery. I'm gonna just replay a little bit of this so you can hear what he has to say. But Pedro, I just skipped over that part. But Pedro said, "Oh, you didn't make anywhere close to $500,000," and that's correct. There's no way Eli is making money like that with the content that he puts out. What clients does he have? You know what I mean? What clients? What are they going sitting on a therapy chair at his house? And it's psychotherapy time. Yeah, for a lot of psychos out there. Anyways, all right, let's roll this.
I have to eminently disagree. As a YouTube content creator that does decent on YouTube, you haven't lost anywhere near that based on your views. I think you've lost some money because other people have. Okay, so other people are restreaming you or rebroadcasting you. If they're getting super chats, you probably wouldn't.
Now, here's the thing.
You don't want to know what super chats is. Tammy. Tammy killed everybody. Tammy killed everybody. She did. Tammy. I don't know if you guys know that chat. Oh my God. When somebody does that well, as Tammy did, you gotta give it a shout out. And by the way, I agree with everything Tammy's doing. Know that. Roll it.
He just mentioned super chats, right? That's where content creators make a lot more money, folks, what you need to know. And there's nothing wrong with getting super chatted by people if you're doing the right thing, you're honest, you're making great content, and you're not lying to the subscribers. All right? That's the only caveat there. But when you're frauding them and lying to them and not sharing information or withholding information that critically could have helped someone, that's called fraud.
You're getting no super chat.
I hit the wrong
The best way to make money from Amazon.
Hold on. Okay, back to the video. Here we go.
Get to that, these goddamn ads, man. By the way, just one comment. He's got 30 of them. Let me find one that I like and I'll get back to the video. Just one. Oh, Jeff Thomas Black. Monday through Sunday, brother. Okay, that's the one I chose. Oops. They call me Glitch Dash. Another great video, Brian. Thank you for all that you do for our community. Have a great weekend. God bless you, sir. I said it was going to be one comment, but that's not going to do it. Oh! Nothing but silicone. Good for you, Brian. Seriously. Respect. Thought I do... Though I do personally like Pedro and Hannibal, but that's just me. I wish you well. Fuck. Nothing but silicone actually approved of this video. Now I'm justified. My niece.
Lot of money. I'm not making that on YouTube, and your channel is not my channel. So
You're close to that, dude. You're making 50, 60, 70 grand at least.
okay.
Now let's see if Pedro denies that. He says you're making 50, 60, 70 grand at least. I mean, he's made a lot more than 50, 60, 70 grand because the numbers don't lie, and it's all public record, by the way. You can look up any content creator that's monetized because that becomes public record. Like there's a channel called PewDiePie. Some of you may know who he is. He's like one of the first content creators on YouTube. He started in like 2005 or 6, and he's basically a billionaire. Getting lined up. You know what I mean? So
Forgive me.
he's been, I mean, he ain't the only one, but there's a lot who said that about you, Eli. Well, where the hell are your credentials? What credentials makes you a coach?
I love that. I gotta get a beer. Oh, by the way, don't pay attention to my pants. Don't do that. Well, the good news is I'm not wearing a fucking thong, so. Check this out. Not bad for a 55-year-old, right? Anyway, I'm gonna get the beer, I'll be right back. Let that music play. As other people do. All right. No, I gotta hear this. It's only 44 minutes, but I've turned it in like 2 hours, so. Let's roll.
I mean, first of all, what are you coaching? All you do is talk about trolls all day long and haters. I don't even see, at least lie to your audience and go, hi guys, today I'm Coach Eli. It's a wonderful day to take a walk outside and breathe that fresh air. And, I want to show you how to be positive today and all that crap, right? I mean, where is that? I haven't heard any of those videos. I mean, at least try to fake Tony Robbins or something. I mean, be like Tony Robbins. I mean, I haven't even heard any Tony Robbins rap from you. It's all been about exposing trolls and all this. And then you wanted to have joined our community, but you didn't. I mean, because you never talk about anything that is relevant for the drivers. You did it.
I agree 100%. I don't know if you guys do or not, but I do. What has Eli said about driving, other than you drive your car into the ground, things like that? I mean, oh my God. My W-2, I drove my car into the ground. I mean, really? That's a tough one. Where do you draw the line between saying W-2 is better than 1099? Where do you draw that line? Is it a YouTube thing? Is it a drama thing? Is it something that you want to fucking expose? That 1099 is worse or better than I've been on here too long. I almost had nothing left to say. I should have left this goddamn community like 6 months ago. I said I was and I didn't. I'm starting to question that.
First, when I was on your channel and I was talking to you and all this stuff, but then you just disappeared out of the mist and just kept doing these walking streams talking about all your haters. Who the hell wants to watch that crap? I mean, dude, it's not.
You see, Brian got it right again. Why do you give a fuck about your haters? What are your haters doing? At what point do your haters make a difference in your life? Or trolls? I don't know. God damn, if that had anything to do with my channel, I'd be done. Eli, over here. If my trolls and haters had anything to do with my life, if they had anything to do with it, at all, how pathetic would that be? I come up here, I pop, I fucking scream, I talk calmly, whatever it is I do. What difference would it fucking make if I gave a shit about my haters or my trolls, as you would call it? The ones that you block, trying to get paid. That's where your biggest fault was, Eli. Just like Eli. Eli and Robert Reese are the same. They want to get paid. You cannot fucking sell a bunch of middle-class motherfuckers like us and tell us that if you buy that as seen on TV shit, that your channel's going to make sense. Dude, I pass that shit up every day. As seen on TV is a gimmick. Eli and Robert Reese are a gimmick. Let's roll. Well, they really are.
Trying to do something new. Because I don't know. I know you're trying to join some kind of a group, but you just don't fit in with our group. You don't. And, you know, I had to call you out. And I did this on my own. No one coaxed me to do it. No one told me to do it. It's because I have my own mind and I can critically think. Man, you should just move on and get off of YouTube or whatever. I mean, and do something else. Go.
This is a weird spot. This is a weird spot. There's a lot of people that don't like Brian. There's a lot of people that didn't like Jeff Thomas Black. A lot of people that didn't like Glitch Dash. This is where it gets tough for me. They all had a good point during Glitchgate. I know that's going to strike some people in a bad way. Well, I'm not here to color your nuts. I'm not here to color your nuts. I'm not. You're doing it till you is your business. That's not why I'm here. But the man makes a point. It's like, why are we all so worried about what somebody else thinks about us? I thought the whole point was, fuck what you think. Do you? Fuck what somebody else thinks about you, do you? I thought that was always the point. What I've always liked about this website or this platform was when you find somebody that does agree with you, that's a good day. Man, that shit rocks. It does. It doesn't feel bad, does it? Can anybody disagree with me? It doesn't feel bad. It really doesn't. And that's the world that we live in, is it not? When somebody agrees with you, you feel good. Eli, I gotta be honest with you, man. Your transparency is something that President Trump and President Biden should know about. You are so transparent that you suck. You might get more shout outs. You might get more subs. You might get more views. If you just kept it real.
You know, do something else other than that. I don't think you'll ever be successful here. I mean, you just won't. It doesn't matter whether you rebrand yourself. I mean, I don't know. It's just my opinion. All right, continuing.
But 500,000 is a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money, and I know YouTube pretty well as far as the numbers and the views.
Oh, believe me, he knows YouTube very well. How do you think Pedro was able to buy his house? He even did videos. Talking.
All right, Brian. I get it. I know what you're saying, but here's the thing. Y'all ready for this? It's gonna be a toughie. I know you guys ain't ready for this. I'm taking my time on this one. I'm not exactly the biggest Pedro fan, but when he does something right, I call it out. And when he does something wrong, I call it out. If Pedro made any amount of money, any amount whatsoever, and bought a house or a car or took care of his kids, who am I to say that sucks? Bad call. But Brian, I understand what you're saying. You think it comes from lying. Cover that in Glitchgate. At the same time, that's a tough call, man. Brian, that's a tough call. It really is. And I'll tell you why I say that. If Brian is right and Pedro is right, where do you guys meet in the middle with this? Pedro did some shady shit. but yet he took care of his family. In third world countries, man, third world countries where people take care of their families, and they boost their shit up. Can you blame them? Oh man, that just rang a bell in my head. I'm not saying that Pedro's a third world country, but yet he did some shady shit. Not as bad as Eli by a long shot, but some shady shit. I'm over it. I am. I've been over it. We've all done shady shit. Everybody that says they haven't is complete garbage, in my opinion. We've all done shady shit. That's a toughie, isn't it?
He says, you know, he thanked the subscribers. He says, I want to thank all you guys because if it wasn't for you, I would not have been able to buy my house. He bragged about it. You can't just buy a house off of driving for DoorDash, but you can if you're lying to subscribers and telling them how to be a top dasher and acceptance rate matters. You could do it then because you're bringing in all sorts of money, and of course, if he has non-disclosure agreements written with DoorDash, he can't really speak about it. He could speak about it after but you see, non-disclosure doesn't trump breaking the law either, and committing fraud. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's lots of these channels that are committing fraud all the time, and they just continue to do it because if they're not stopped, if they don't get stopped by an agency, a 3-letter one, then they're just going to continue to commit fraud. You know. And that's to be determined still. Anyways, continuing.
That's the one thing that I know about pretty well, right? So I think you're saying that number to try to make people feel bad. I could.
That's where I think Pedro got it right. I told you guys this earlier. Pedro, he was on his game. He was. Trying to make people feel bad. That's what Eli does. He tries to make them feel bad. That's what his game is. That's what I see.
Be wrong, but $500,000, bro. That is a lot. That's a shit ton of money. That is extremely difficult. Less than 1% of YouTubers make that kind of money in 6 years.
Pedro made it in 3 years. He made $860,000. Look it up, folks. Go look it up. You're going to find a couple of sites that will misrepresent that, but you'll find, and I can't remember the ones I found it on. People think I get it from Social Blade, but I don't get it from there. It's a whole...
Oh, Social Blade. Give me a fucking break on Social Blade. Jesus Christ. What the fuck minion shit is Social Blade? Everybody's got an opinion on Social Blade. Why? Because it's a fucking opinion. The goddamn thing changes every hour. Alright. I've heard about Social Blade since 2009. 2009! Oh my god. I can't believe it, but anybody bases anything off of Social Blade. It's a base. Know that. It's a base.
Whole lot of other, you gotta... when I was doing that research, it was back when the Glitchgate broke, because I had to know what, I was looking up different YouTubers. But yeah, that's accurate, because if you break it down, it comes out to like, $230,000, $250,000 a year. Now, including...
Oh, by the way, Robert Reese, that was a direct shout out to you. You're going to use Social Blade to move your channel to the next level? Like, we don't know what Social Blade is. And you're the would-be all-knowing motherfucker. Dude, I am so ready to go off on Robert Reese. I am still talking to the Rev. I'll leave it there.
Super chats, subscriptions that people pay, the $49 that he was charging to be on people's channels and everything, okay? Like, when he'd say, I'll appear on a channel, and he'd take $50 for going on an interview, you've got to think about all of that combined and everything else. And then, not to mention all of Solo, Buckle, all of the things he pushed, as third-party apps and stuff, it's not unheard of to be a millionaire from YouTube. A lot of people have done it, and that's low. That's on the low end, folks. Okay, and I'm only gonna play a few more minutes here because I can't stomach watching it. But I did these clips so you can hear what Pedro himself said. So he said he lost $28,000 within 3 months because he knows what he was making consistent.
If Pedro lost $28,000 in 3 months, let this sink in. Was that not his main income? I thought he said he had vending machines and other business ventures. What? You guys didn't think I was going to bring that up? Are we keeping it real or are we just going to play circles here? $28,000. That's a big fucking number. So technically, according to Brian and Pedro, AdSense is Pedro's biggest revenue. Huh. We have a lot to learn, don't we?
So if you take 28,000 times it by 42 months of the time that he's been on YouTube, it comes out to over $1 million. But if you want to drop it back and be conservative, he absolutely made $860,000. Now who gives a shit? But I care when someone's lying and frauding the community. That's when I care. Who cares about the money he made? I don't care. No one cares about that. We just want the lying to stop. That's all.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lie across the board, brother. Everybody lies. Or he lies.
This is very.
And this, I'm not focusing so much on Pedro in this video. I'm focusing on Eli for going over there and sucking Pedro's balls and being a scumbag.
Okay, that was awesome. That was awesome. Because that's exactly what Eli did. He sucked Pedro's balls. He found one way to suck somebody's balls without getting flagged for it. You gotta love Eli for that, don't you? Wow.
To do it because he has allegiance to the community that was helping drivers. Well, where's that allegiance? If he has true allegiance, Eli will do everything in his power to make sure that all the drivers are taken care of well, and he'll go to Congress and he'll fill out paperwork.
All right, check this out. This video is about over. I don't know if I made a point or not. It's technically irrelevant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you guys on a different note. Yeah, that should work. I just hope these motherfuckers didn't do this shit wrong. Oh, that was probably copyrighted. Last time I did this, it got copyrighted, but I was doing Vivo. Actually, this one might work. Oh, here come the ads. God, we are all sick of that. Yeah. A video will play after the ad. I just want to leave you guys on a good note. That's all. No big deal. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy the show. Whatever it is.
Okay, so let's see what happens when you put everything on 12 o'clock.
I love it when they do this. It's like, oh my God, really? Just get to the goddamn point. Eli? Oh, there it is. Torp out.